What's going on, guys? Crypto Lark here. Today we're going to be talking about the WePower ICO. They are setting up an energy trading platform and creating a very easy and efficient way for people to invest in renewable energy projects. We're going to be looking at all the details of this sale after a quick shout out to everyone who has been hitting that like button. Of course, everybody who has been subscribing to the channel. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, button is just down below. Go ahead and hit it up to stay up to date with all of the latest in the crypto space. Furthermore, this is not professional financial advice. This is just a dude talking about cryptocurrencies on the internet. This is an ICO. Please understand that there is a certain amount of inherent risk in investing in any ICO. Please do your own due diligence before investing your own money. Furthermore, this sale does unfortunately exclude U.S. citizens. Sorry, guys. One more note, the team at WePower has reached out to me to do a sponsored review of their project. I, of course, reserve the right to give an open and honest review, so let's get into it and check it out. Okay, in order to understand why this is such an exciting project, of course, you have to have some conceptualization of the problem that they're trying to solve. Now look, in case you haven't seen any of Al Gore's great films that he's done on climate change, there's some pretty serious situations going on out there right now. The oceans are in a state of free fall, air pollution is out of control, so on and so forth. The way that we consume and use energy has to change. It's an absolute imperative for our species. And anyone who is now getting it on the ground, providing the infrastructure for that, is going to do very well in the long run. Now, to further exasperate the problem, unfortunately, there has been a drop in subsidies globally for renewables. Now, look, some countries are doing better than others, without a doubt. And the process of investing in renewable energy has unfortunately remained complicated, non-transparent, slow. This is going to speed all that up. Really, what WePower is trying to do is to enable producers to raise capital by issuing their own energy tokens within the platform, and then you can basically sell the energy up front. It's a great model. Now, the platform is already ready. There is a pilot underway, be operational within 9 months. They've also got a 1,000 megawatt solar plant in Spain who's signed up. They've got the startup boot camp in Australia, so they're going to be going to Australia as well. This is mainly a European focused project though. They've got basically in Europe, the rules, the laws are set up in such a way where you can actually have cross-border energy trading, which is fantastic. So if Spain's producing a lot of energy and they want to sell it over to France, that's possible, of course. This is supported by the Lithuanian Ministry of Energy. It's pretty cool. Nice official endorsement for them to have. They've already talked about that they're going to be sharing this technology freely with any countries who are really implementing green energy solutions. So that's really great to see them saying, hey, you know what? We just want to be involved. We want to make the world a better place, so to speak. This is going to provide global access to capital and to investments. So capital for anyone wanting to put in renewable energy. So if you want to start a solar farm or a wind farm, you now have easier access to capital through WePower. If you are an investor and you want to invest in green energy, it couldn't be any easier than using WePower. That is really cool. We're going to talk a little bit more about the tokenomics here in a few minutes. They will be legally an independent energy supplier. So that is how they are going to be structured as a company in Europe. They're setting up a trustless platform. And by the way, in case you don't see it over here, the whitelist is massively subscribed to. I have a feeling this is going to be a sale that's going to sell out very quickly. There is massive interest in this. A lot of people, of course, are already saying, well, is this going to be the next Power Ledger? Well, we're going to be talking about specifically comparing WePower to Power Ledger here in a few minutes. But this is a project that has got legs. Next up, we have to answer a few questions here. Why blockchain? What does the WePower token do? And what is an energy token? Let's start with the blockchain. The blockchain here is providing third-party liquidity, done via the exchanges, of course, better security because it's on an immutable ledger, transaction history, which is nice, but most importantly, efficiency due to the use of smart contracts. Fantastic. Now we got to talk about the WePower token itself, because they've actually got two tokens, much in the same vein as Power Ledger, but we have two tokens here. Token 1 is the WePower token. That is what you'll be investing in if you invest in this ICO. Now, WePower token holders will get priority access to auctions. You will have a 48-hour advanced access to other people in the auctions. Now, what's the auction? Essentially, if you are that solar producer in Spain and you want to add 500 megawatts, well, you're going to come to the platform and say, hey, we've got this project. We're offering 500 megawatts. And you as an investor can come in and buy that in advance. So you can get below market rates for power by investing early in the platform, which is really cool. And as a WePower token holder, you get 48-hour early access. So I think often in these situations, you'll see the power will be sold out. So everybody will want to have the WePower tokens because you won't want to wait that 48 hours so you miss out on the deals. And so that's how the model is working here. You have that early access to invest in these projects, which is really cool. Now, as a WePower token holder, you will also get 0.9% of the energy which is produced via the sale. So again, we have that 500 megawatt solar plant in Spain as our example. Well, 0.9% of the energy tokens over here that they produce will go to WePower token holders, which can then of course be used or sold on the market. So that's really cool. A very simple way for WePower token holders to get a return for simply doing nothing, if they so choose, and also to get in and get that early access if you do want to be playing in the energy markets. So that is the functionality of the WePower token. Now there is a second token, which is the energy token. Now the energy token is actually an internal token on the platform. So this is what that imaginary solar plant in Spain will issue. They will issue out individual energy tokens. One energy token represents 1 kilowatt hour. So that will be the monetary units that get moved around. Now, if you buy that, for example, at 0.03 euro cents, but the market rate later is 0.045 euro cents, well, you've made a pretty hefty little profit off of investing early into this project and then selling it later at the market rate. Basically, the energy token is a smart contract which gives the type of energy bought, the delivery date of that energy, and the price of that energy from the producer. So you can either use it, you can sell it pre-production. It's available to be traded on the platform. So you could buy that, trade it a week later, so you do have that liquidity where you can go and say, hey, you know what? I actually need to pull some money out of my investment, so I'm going to sell it before the production actually starts. Or you can wait until the production starts and automatically sell it at market price. So if you're interested in investing in energy, this is a fantastic way to get involved in investing in the renewable energy future of the planet overall. But it's also a pretty good financial incentive for any investor because there's real potential here to make decent profit off of investing in these renewable projects, and also of course from being a WePower token holder, because you get that return of 0.9% of the energy that's created by all these projects. As mentioned, we already do have that platform up and running. If you want to register a plant or register a household, you can already come over here and do that. Again, this is about getting that financing in advance for your project, being able to invest in it as an investor, being able to get that capital as a business, or simply being able to come over here and do peer-to-peer exchanging on the platform. All very cool stuff. This is the exact kind of tools that we need to secure our renewable energy future. Now, they have joined forces with Estonian Transmission, which of course the system operator over in Estonia. This is a great partnership in addition to the Lithuanian Ministry of Energy. That is also fantastic, of course. The guys at WePower will be helping with the tokenization of energy in Estonia. That project is scheduled for rollout in April, so that is very exciting. If you look at the list of energy partners, we got Ellering, which is again that Estonian company, Conquista Solar. Of course, we've got some familiar names down here, as well as more strategic partners like Bancor and Bitcoin Suisse, helping with the tokenization, helping with that token sale moving forward. Next up, we have Australia, Kangaroo Land. Woo! Now, they are also going to be moving into Australia. They've been accepted at the Startup Bootcamp for Energy in Australia. Obviously, Australia is going to be one of the forefront leaders in the renewable energy market. The sun shines year-round in Australia. Power Ledger came out of Australia for a reason. The market there is very mature and maturing more all of the time. So this is a nice secondary aim for the team over at WePower to already be in those discussions. And of course, competition is a healthy thing, guys. So it's really great to see them participating in that as well. But remember, they are primarily focused in Europe at this time. Having a look at the roadmap, you'll see platform testing really coming here in July, launching in Spain in August of 2018. You remember that 1,000 megawatt solar plant? Well, that's part of the pilot project here. So distribution of donated energy to token holders will start happening in September 2018. So if you are getting your WePower tokens, you at least have to hold on to them until the first distribution of donated energy. You'd be crazy not to hold until then. They are looking at launching in Portugal, looking at launching in Germany. These are some of the biggest renewable powerhouses in Europe. Portugal's had many days where they've run completely on renewable energy. Germany's ramping it up massively. Obviously, it'd be nice to see, Denmark and all these different countries listed on the list as well. But I'm sure that in 2019, as WePower moves forward, they'll be looking at partnerships across Europe. So that is very, very cool. The team over at WePower is really quite exceptional. These are the guys who rolled out the smart grid system in Estonia. So they definitely know what they're doing as far as it comes to the energy markets. As far as investments, they've really got that down as well. They've been working in this sector for quite a while. They've brought in the right people to help them implement blockchain. We see, of course, Eyal Herzog, famous guy from over at Bancor. He's been advising a lot of projects in the use of blockchain. And going on down the list, we see a lot of great advisors, but also a lot of great team members as well. So I think it's a very strong team that will be able to pull it off. And if you've got a bit of time and you do have some more questions on your hand, highly suggest to come over and check out their YouTube channel. They do a lot of different Q&A sessions. They're very eloquent in answering their questions, but they also really get into the details of a lot of hard questions and give a lot more extra information that I'm not going into in this review. So if you do have more questions, I really, really suggest you come and read the white paper. The white paper is a fantastic read, and you do come over to the YouTube channel that they have and really go through the videos, listen to the Q&A sessions. They answer a lot of questions and really give a lot of great extra additional information. Okay, it's time to talk about Power Ledger, because I know this is the question on everyone's minds. Is WePower better than Power Ledger? Is Power Ledger better than WePower? Who's the winner? If both these projects do well, we all win. And that's straight up, guys. But let's get a little more into it here and try to understand some of the differences. They're both aiming to do the same thing, to help ensure our secure and sustainable renewable energy future. But they have slightly different ways of going about it. Power Ledger is a little more focused on peer-to-peer microgrid trading, which is great. We really need that. Whereas WePower is a little more focused on actually bringing projects online. So the actual financing of projects, investing in projects in advance, and getting that energy at a cheaper price, and then being able to sell it on the market if that's your thing. So the token model is a little bit different. Power Ledger does have financing ideas in the roadmap, so it's not that we're not going to see those kind of ideas coming out of Power Ledger, but the main focus of WePower is about financing projects in advance, peer-to-peer trading. Also there, Power Ledger also has a big focus on electric vehicles. That's again in their future roadmap, so we'll see that coming in with Power Ledger. So that is of course really cool. So again, there's a lot of overlapping ideas here. They're both trying to get to the same place. They're both strong projects. If you missed out on Power Ledger during their ICO, you might be able to get into WePower during their ICO, because I'm telling you, they've both got the great idea. Okay, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the risks, and in a lot of ways WePower is a fantastic ICO, but you do have to understand that the energy market can change very quickly. And from the time that you invest in a project to the time that the project actually produces that energy, things could change substantially in the energy market. There are, of course, the risks of failed projects. Now look, the WePower team will have people dedicated to doing due diligence on the projects, but still, earthquakes happen, things like this. Unforeseen circumstances can happen. There is always that risk, of course, in investing in any project. The energy market is complex and does have certain risks that really come along with it. And of course, will people use the platform? I'm excited about it. I would actually like to use this platform. I think the investing in renewable energy is a fantastic idea. I wish they'd come to New Zealand. New Zealand, guys. That would be great. But of course, people need to use it. Without people using any platform, what are you going to do? So those are some of the risks that I see with the ICO. Now look, is the team capable of handling those risks? I think for the most part, yes. There's some things that are out of their control, like the changes in the energy market and earthquakes. But as far as adoption, I do think that they will be able to get their message out. So if you look at the distribution of the token sale, 55% will be going to investors, 20% staying locked up with the team for 3 years. So that's pretty cool. 15% being set aside for community growth, and 10% for future stakeholders who may want to buy in the future. Now look, if you look at the way they're going to be using the funds, a lot of it is of course being dedicated to the development of the platform itself, quarter to expansion of operations, and of course bit to compliance as well. So will they be able to get their message out? I hope so, because it's a fantastic message. Now, if you do want to get involved in the token sale, make sure you get over here and get registered. I would not be surprised if this whitelist closes before the sale even starts. We do have 117,000 people who are already waiting for the sale. If you are going to partake in this sale, you've got to be over here when the ICO starts and be ready to hit that button, because I have a feeling it'll probably sell out pretty fast. The exchange rate is 1 ETH for 4,000 WePower tokens, and the minimum contribution is $200. So keep all of those facts in mind. I want to know, what do you guys think about the WePower ICO? Personally, this is one that I'm going to be getting involved in. I want to know from you guys though. Hit me up in the comment section down below. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time, guys.